What a wonderful, wonderful day this is today, right?
It is a wonderful day.
Why is it so wonderful?
It is so wonderful because it is the 2025 People of the PNW Rewind Recap. Hello, Babble Buddies Northwest Podcast. Hello, Producer Marc.
Hello, Shanz. How's it going? I know, we're so excited about this, aren't we?
We just can't hide it.
I know, we can't. I can't.
I'm about to lose control.
You always lose control.
I think I like it.
I think you like it.
Oh, it was a busy and fun year here at the Babble Buddies Northwest Podcast.
Busy and fun is to say the least.
Absolutely,
right?
to say the least, right?
To say the least, yes.
And one thing we love to do here at the podcast is spotlight and share the good and the goodness of people, places, and organizations that really touch our hearts.
That's right. That's right. And they can be people, they can be places, they can be things, they can be nouns, they can be dogs, they can be cats, they can be
squirrels,
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, the hide and seek champion. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, you know, we kicked off the year, episode 21, and it featured our wonderful friend of the podcast, a great man all around, Matt Phillips Captures.
Right?
Yes, he is an amazing photographer.
And we just keep following him, and he's been all over this year, and it's just so amazing. Go seriously, follow Matt Phillips if you want to see some great wildlife, even just landscape photography.
Oh, beautiful.
The barn with the mountain in the background.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it's just, he's amazing.
Yeah,
He's
and
amazing.
I mean, and all of a sudden he showed up in the middle of the summertime like, hey, I'm here at Seafair, stop in and say hi. It's like, you never know where he's going to be, but he's there to capture.
Yep, he is.
We love Matt Phillips.
Matt Phillips with Matt Phillips Captures. First of all, I want to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for recognizing my business and my photos and the appreciation you guys have shown. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for your support. You purchased a couple calendars and some magnets, and I do appreciate that. I'm very grateful for your support and this opportunity. So a little bit about me is when I was 8 years old, I had a paper out in Seattle, and nobody wanted it, so I got to keep most of the money. So when I was 8 years old in the mid-'80s, wearing neon and checkered clothes, I was living pretty large. So I bought myself a little 35 millimeter camera, and my pops and I were getting ready to go to Yellowstone. So we went to Yellowstone, Glacier, Redfish Lake, Idaho, saw some family property back there, and we stayed in tents every night except for one. It was a great experience. My dad had a 76 Land Cruiser, and we listened to blues. And as a young kid, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It changed my life. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity. But I was just addicted to taking photos, seeing wildlife, talking about animals, moose, beaver, grizzly bears. I love it. I love it all. Throughout life, always taking photos, but I got distracted by addiction for 15 plus years, and anyone knows anything about addiction is that you're more focused on that than anything else. So I put everything aside, people, friends, family, photography, and my life changed one day and got back on my feet, and I couldn't be more grateful for all the people who have helped me and still support me today, and I love all of them, and I'm very grateful for all of them because they say lost dreams awaken, which is true. So which is proof, because if you see some of my photos today, I dreamt about some of those, but I never thought it could happen, and that's just me getting started. I've had a lot of support from a lot of people to help me get my business going, to get out there and how I could sell my photos, and just do what you love, right? So if you could do what you love every day, you're not working, you're just living.
When you're trying to get the shot, the shot, you want to get the perfect shot, so you have to take time, right? So you got to just settle down and know that you hopefully you're in the right place at the right time, but at the same time you got to have your settings correctly on your camera. You can't have any movement, and you just have to be very patient. I've waited 8 hours for an owl just to turn its head and get some sunlight on it before.
I have a website, mattphillipscaptures.com. You can find me on Instagram, Matt Phillips Captures. You can find me on Facebook, Matt Phillips Captures. Since this is my first year in business, I'm really working on streamlining how I could expose all my photos. I have thousands and thousands of photos. My favorite thing to photograph is Mount Rainier. I have so many photos, and people are like, how do you photograph the same thing over and over again? Well, every morning it's different every afternoon because the colors, the background, the sunrise, sunset, the clouds, everything changes all the time. So it's just different perspectives. So if you haven't taken some time to stare at the mountain, if you live in Washington, I suggest you do that.
For people that live in Washington State, we don't see grizzlies that much. But when you go to Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, we're up in the hills, they actually have quite a few grizzlies. Alaska is a huge place. So when I spend a lot of time in Wyoming and Yellowstone, we actually count the grizzly bears. So there's people there that are retired that work with the park that actually count the bears, and we see like 25 a day.
I got to meet some amazing people in Yellowstone, Wyoming, Montana, probably 2020, and they just invited me to start hanging out. So I stayed in touch, met some great people, and they started mentoring me on my photography. They started mentoring me on learning about grizzly bears and the wildlife and how we can protect them and protect animals, especially from the people. Because when you see people trying to pet the cows, the big fluffy cows, which are bison, or when you see people littering, or when you see people destroying these beautiful lands that these animals roam, just talk about how we can prevent all that stuff and how we could be better as people. And everyone could do their duty to be a little bit better, and we can make some changes in this world. So without getting too deep, I do have a lot of grizzly bear photos. They're all in the wild. They're not zoos, they're not parks, they're not fed, they're not baited. So for me, I could sit there all day, 8, 10, 12, 14 hours and watch a grizzly bear do nothing because it's just so incredible. So for me, all these opportunities you'll see through my photos is just a gift, and I appreciate every time I get to photograph something because it just warms my heart, right? And then when I get to see the reaction from people who have never seen that before, warms my heart even more. That's why I do photography, that's why I love it, and that's why I'm just trying to build my business, because I love doing it. I want to do this for the rest of my life, and slowly but surely I'm working on it.
Please follow his socials. Yes. Absolutely awesome.
Yes, he is. And buy some prints from him. I mean, if you see something you like, we need to get another calendar, by the way. We need to get the 2026 calendar.
Keep up, Producer Marc.
I know.
It's been a busy year.
It's been a very busy year. Yes,
year.
it has.
Yeah, so that was in episode 21, our friend Matt Phillips.
Nice.
Definitely amazing.
Okay.
And then in episode 22, we got to talk to a legend.
A legend?
A very tall legend.
Who was that?
Talvin Skinner.
Talvin's our buddy. God, we love Talvin. And you know what? They put out the documentary on him.
Yes, the 50th anniversary of the NIT tournament and his induction into the Maryland State Athletic Hall of Fame. Huge, amazing documentary. So much information.
Yes, watch it, learn, and live what this man has been through.
Yes.
But also, they won an Emmy for it. They won an Emmy.
Congratulations! Well deserved.
Yes.
He is the former Seattle Supersonics player, and he was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics in 1974.
I know, wasn't that great?
And he's just hanging out, going to podcasts and filming documentaries.
He joined us for our podcast, and we were very lucky to have him. Thank you so much, Talvin. And he's such a gentleman.
He is.
He really is.
And he's got a great sense of humor.
He does. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Talvin Skinner, 3rd round, 44th pick for the Sonics, 1974 to 1977. As an athlete, if you're really dedicated to something and you really want to do it bad enough, the area where I come from didn't offer a lot of opportunity. But I think I was so focused on wanting to become a professional basketball player, and I had so much knowledge of the game of basketball until if someone had taken it away, I don't know what I would have done. I was always a loner kid. My mother passed when I was very young, so I kind of gravitated to sport, and it worked out for me. I went on to Worcester High School, where all of my peers went to Stephen Decatur. I stayed at Worcester. I was the only one to stay there. I'll never forget, I had the highest scoring game in the county of Worcester County. I scored 63 points in 17 minutes in a JV game. It was a true story. Basketball saved my life because I grew up without a mother. And so it kept me focused. I don't know where I would have been without basketball. I don't know what I would have done.
Just get a phone call. Hey, Talvin, we want to do this thing. Can you fly out? We're going to tell your story.
50 years later, yeah.
Wow.
It was quite an amazing time.
Had you been back to the auditorium? Had you been back to the school?
I've been back to the school,
Okay.
but the thing is that the story has been buried for 50 years and no one ever talks about it. And we had probably the greatest HBC basketball team during that time. That's what the documentary was about, trying to tell the story about what happened during that period of time. I remember right in here, we all were practicing and coach came in and said they weren't gonna let us in. So we had a decision to make. He didn't ask us, but they made a decision. It was either go to the NIT or go back to Kansas City. I'm pretty sure if we went back to Kansas City, we would have won the national championship. I guess the decision was made by the MEAC and the university to break down barriers, racial barriers, color barriers, or whatever, however you want to put it. And so we went to the NIT, and we were the first historical black college to play in the NIT.
This also was the first team, the first black college team ever to be invited to the National Invitational Tournament. This little group out of Princess Anne did something magical, and the man at the center of it all was Talvin Skinner, the MEAC Player of the Year.
Our arenas that we played in at that time probably held about maybe 2,000. The biggest arena probably held maybe 3,000 people, but they would move, when we played, they would move our games from 3,000 seat arenas to civic centers, Greensboro Coliseum, Baltimore Civic Center. They moved our games because everybody wanted to see us play. I guess in the state of Maryland, when they mention the name Skinner, it's synonymous with excellence, greatness. My senior year, we were 27-2, and we led the nation in scoring. We're second leading behind Oral Roberts. That was the year of Bill Walton, David Thompson, and all the all-time greats, and no three-point line. And 4 of the members off of that team got drafted into the NBA.
When you got your name called after everything, when you went through high school, you went through college, and your name got called, what was that first feeling?
Okay, so this is different now than it was back then. They probably just brought the people to New York who were going to be drafted in the first round. So I didn't even know that I had gotten drafted until my Billy Gordon, William Gordon, who was my teammate, actually told me. He actually went down to Madison Square Garden to the draft. I didn't even know I had gotten drafted. And he came back to the apartment when we were in New York and told me that I had gotten drafted. And but before that, I had gotten drafted in the 3rd round by the New York Nets with Julius Erving. And I'd actually went out and visited them. So they, as a matter of fact, they drafted me before the Sonics drafted me. So I had already been drafted into professional basketball. So I was already it kind of made things kind of easy because I knew that I would at least be playing professional basketball at the college. And then the Sonics drafted me in the 3rd round. When I came to Seattle, it was, first of all, it was kind of weird because I'm on one coast, so I'm going from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. So it's almost like going from, I'll put it like this, it's like going from Seattle, Washington to Miami, Florida. So it's like from peak to peak. So I actually flew in, and Anita Diaz, Russell's secretary, picked me up at the airport. But flying in, I just noticed, I was like, wow, I have a car. And I get my car to Seattle, I got to drive through all these mountains. And so I was trying to figure out how I'm going to get my car to Seattle. So that was the first thing that went through my mind. But when I got off the plane and Anita picked me up and took me down to the Sonic office and took me down to the Town Motel on, I think it was 6th Avenue. And when I got there, Slick was there and Thaddeus Gray. And we came in, and then Leonard Gray, who had been up for a couple of weeks, he came by, picked me up, and just started showing me Seattle. And We just hung out for a while.
Now, didn't Slick always wear a headband?
He did.
Did he have his headband on when you met him?
He did.
Did you ever drive your car over from Maryland? Did you navigate the mountains?
I didn't. I had it shipped.
Oh, that win. What made you decide, I'm going to stay in Seattle, I'm not going to go back?
More opportunity and the people, Yeah.
And so when you worked at Boeing, did you do anything else within the sports industry in the Seattle area during those 37 years, or have you done anything since you retired from Boeing?
Yeah, I coached, I worked volunteer player development coach for the Seattle Storm for 5 years. I think in 2004, we won the WNBA championship under Ann Donovan and Jesse Kinlaw. We won the WNBA championship. Yeah.
So it came right back to basketball.
It's like I said, basketball saved my life. It's always been basketball. Just try to be the best person you can, live your life as Christ-like as possible, and.
Woo! Then we moved on to episode 25, and we decided to create the people of the PNW for an entire organization.
Yes.
The Benson Bruins football and cheerleading organization.
Oh my God. We can't say enough about these guys. And thank you for letting us sponsor you. Thank you for being a part of our podcast as much as we are a part of their organization.
Yes.
And letting us be, come into their games and do all this stuff and go into their lives and shoot them. It's so much fun.
It is. It really is. And for the first time in Benson Bruins history, they had 4 teams ranked in the National American Youth Football and Cheer Top 10 rankings. We got the 8U Cutthroat Boys. We've got the 9U Rebel Boys. We have got the 11U Pull-Up Boys. And we have got the 13U, the Benson Bruins. We here at the Babble Buddies Northwest Podcast are proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Benson Bruins Youth Cheerleading Organization.
That's right.
6, 7, 8.
The Bruins can't be beat.
For me, the most rewarding thing is seeing how the girls grow over the extent of the season.
We're red hot, we're sizzling.
I've learned to be committed for my cheer and never give up.
But when it comes to football, the Bruins can't be beat.
Just teaching them just how to be cordial, how to be good students, how to be just a great all-around young person.
The Bruins can't be beat.
We've been helping each other through all the cheers. If we mess up, we just help each other.
1, 2.
Let's go, Bruins!
That is the Lady Bruins.
They are awesome, and the organization is the best. They teach the kids what kids need to learn these days.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. As well as to be one of the many, many amazing sponsors of the Benson Bruins Junior Football Organization. It is the mission of the Benson Junior Football Association, the Bruins, to provide a fundamental foundation of football and cheerleading to young athletes in the city of Renton and the surrounding communities. We are all about communities. They have just joined the Washington Youth Football for this upcoming season. This opportunity means the kids will be playing and cheering against some top-notch youth organizations from Washington and Oregon, and the level of competition will make the Bruins kids even better student athletes. The WYFL is an affiliate of American Youth Football in the Big West region. Yes, they are an amazing nonprofit, ages 5 to 14, WSCCA Hall of Fame Recreational Cheer, 2022 FBU 10U National Champions, 11 times NWPFL Champions, And they even have their own official day in Renton, Washington,
Isn't that
February
awesome?
13th.
Yeah.
It is the Benson Bruins Day.
Yay! Thank you, Benson Bruins, for letting us be a part of your life.
Yeah.
Also, if you drive by in the Vista, Renton Vista, up there, I don't exactly know the streets, but they have
Off of 116th by the 7-Eleven in the Cascade Vista.
Yeah, they have painted their
sheds.
Their sheds.
Yes.
And it's so amazing. They commissioned an artist to do it, and it's beautiful.
It looks so. You turn
Yeah.
the corner and you just see all this beautiful colors, and then I just love the theme of everything. They even have like where you sketch out plays, like when they do it on the sidelines.
Yeah, on the board.
On
yeah.
there, it's
It's
awesome.
super
So
cool.
check out the Bruins.
Yeah.
Check out the Bruins Sheds.
Yes.
Be a supporter of this amazing organization.
Please
Yes.
be a support. Please be a supporter. Yeah.
Yes. And then we moved on to our little episode 26.
Who?
It was our buddies from North Bend, Washington.
Oh, Bob Antone
And his wonderful wife, Laura.
And of course,
Cornelius Cobb.
Cornelius.
We love Corn
Cornelius.
Cobb.
Yes, Corn Cobb. He's so cute. Okay, and Bob, we commissioned Bob to do the microphone.
Freedom of the speech.
Yes, we also have a wonderful tabletop bar in our bar that we have downstairs in the BBNW studios, or this is a video studios, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. We're very busy.
Yeah, it's and my God, he just does amazing work. Plus, he's a historian. He's a ghost teller. He's a
music
storyteller.
teacher.
He's a music teacher.
He's in a band, Tinkham Road.
He can play. How many instruments can he play?
I know,
Like
he
12?
can even play the saw. Ding, ring.
Right? Right? He can
It's
play the saw.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I rest my head on my pillow at night knowing I can say, I have met someone who can play a saw.
Yeah. And also they take people around to show them, the Twin Peaks, different things, and
all the history,
and all the
hidden
history,
yeah.
and
I mean, they
and
can do
his
so
grandpa and his, where they live, and oh my God, Bob, we love you, love you.
Definitely check
You are
out,
always
yeah.
welcome on our podcast.
Always, yeah. He even came back to tell us some ghost stories
He
of
did, yeah.
Maple Valley.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're gonna have
It's-
him back on. Don't
yeah.
worry.
Sitting in two chairs in a house that is about 30 miles east of Seattle in a little town called North Bend, Washington, also known as the real Twin Peaks. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about us. It's about us today.
It is awesome. You go there, the front door is a huge chalkboard
Yeah.
with chalk, and you can just write stuff, or
Yeah.
they'll leave notes.
If they're not home, you just leave a message.
Leave a
with
message.
chalk.
Bob will get back to you.
He will.
Maybe Miss Laura. We
Yeah,
don't know.
We don't know.
It was funny because we walked outside. This was 2015. And a little red car pulled out in front of our house. And I looked and I said, oh my God, that's David Lynch and that's Mark Frost, because they were filming The Return, Twin Peaks Season 3.
The Babble Buddies Northwest team took a road trip up to North Bend and are just still so fantastically proud to have met and know some amazing people with so much goodness to share with the world.
Yeah.
This is Bob and Laura Antone.
This is my grandparents' house. My great-grandmother passed away here in 1950, and both of my grandparents also passed away here. Lots of history. I grew up visiting my grandparents almost every day until I was about 12 years old. And my grandpa sat in this corner, and I learned about oral histories of the area. He hopped trains. He was a hobo. He arrived in Snoqualmie in the 1920s, and he worked in the woods. He worked on the railroad. He also worked at the mill, Snoqualmie Falls Lumber Company. My grandmother was a nurse. She graduated in about 1930, and she came out to Seattle, and she met my grandfather in Snoqualmie in 1932. So lots of memories in this wonderful house. We keep it alive. It's kind of a house of culture. I teach music lessons Monday through Friday. I teach various instruments, violin, piano, guitar. I even have banjo students. And so we try to keep it open and almost like you're light, like you're visiting your aunt and uncle or your grandparents. And people come in, the whole family comes in there. Everybody's welcome. Everybody just hangs out, and it's just a lot of fun.
Well, and in this house of culture, you have all the music and the instruments that you do, and you teach your wood carving here as well?
I have a few wood carving students, and so that's a very rare art form. Actually, there's not very many wood carvers left in this neighborhood. Oh, shit. There used to be a German wood carver, Audi Hensch, just about a mile away, and he died when he was in his 90s. And so I have his sharpening set, and I have some of his tools, and I inherited some of the wood. And so we keep those memories alive and keep that tradition alive. There's our wonderful display of tools, and my son has some of his saws and his climbing gear. Oh, absolutely. All of it.
You use all of them.
Shipwright tools. Crosscut saw. This is just a hammer in case I want to hit somebody over the head with it. You know we have a basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, we teach wood carving here, and like I said, most people, they're into 3D printers right now, which is great, that's fine, but hands-on whittling with a knife, using axes, using hand tools, that's not as common.
Do they have specific safety gear that they wear sometimes? Like the big...
Probably.
Oh, probably.
Probably.
But we're in North Bend, so...
Yeah, we don't really care. Yeah, here you go.
Is this all I'm supposed to...
Yeah, just take the material off there, young lady.
Am I supposed to be directing it at any point? What am I doing? Am I going in and pulling or pushing or...
Just go with it. Just go with it, man.
He's just going to let me keep trying to come up with words. I'm using my words, Bob.
You remember that tea that we served earlier? I spiked it.
It's all coming out down
Yeah.
here. There's Bigfoot.
And it's definitely something that is the local heritage, because timber and wood, we live in a timber community.
Silly question time.
Yeah.
This color, and then like a hardcore clear coat to protect it from the Pacific Northwest elements, or...
I might take a blowtorch and we might just burn the whole thing, scorch it, and then tongue oil over that. Just natural oil.
Party at Bob's!
Yeah.
I'll bring the marshmallows!
What was a logging community, and the mill, Weyerhaeuser Mill, Snoqualmie Falls Lumber Company, was the main employer. And so everything around here was in service to loggers and people who worked in the timber industry and wood product. So wood product is like number one. I mean, it's part of our heritage. And so my grandfather was a lumber grader at Weyerhaeuser Mill, which was then called Snoqualmie Falls Lumber Company. Now, if you go up to the site in Snoqualmie, it's Dirtfish Rally. It's not the same as it used to be. There's a shell of the original plywood mill. There's still a stack there visible, but the history is gone. It's considered a ghost town. Snoqualmie Falls is considered a ghost town, which is awesome. So my dad was born in a ghost town. This house, speaking of ghosts, speaking of paranormal and ghosts, we have I guess you'd call it a side hustle. It's word of mouth. We have something called Hidden Northwest Tours. Now, we don't advertise. It's just for fun, but people know that this location is a home base for private guided tours, whether that be Bigfoot tours. We take people out in the woods to locations where folks have experienced Sasquatch or Bigfoot, and we also go to haunted and cursed locations, and we get contacted all the time. People will just send an email or call, and sometimes there's celebrities that show up here, and wow, you've heard of us? Wow, how cool is that? You want to go out in the woods? Yeah, let's go, let's do it. And we don't necessarily charge money. We just do it for fun. We have charged money before when we're serving like lunch, or if there's extensive travel or whatever. But a lot of times we just go out and we're just doing it because of the culture and the history. We want to hold on to it. Every script that we've written we save it. So believe it or not, all the towns from Snoqualmie Pass all the way down to Monroe, over to Issaquah, Bellevue, we've explored Cle Elum and Roslyn. We have written a script for every single town, and every one of those scripts we have saved. And these are stories that we've collected. You know, people delivering the paper, for instance, in 1977, the Seattle PI, they throw the paper in the yard and suddenly they realize that they see a 9-foot-tall Sasquatch staring at them. Things like that. You know, folks that believe that their house is maybe, you know, cursed in some way, and they've had some really horrible kind of poltergeist activity. There was a gentleman in Snoqualmie that actually contacted us, and he had this persistent knocking above his office space. And it sounded like somebody knocking on the ceiling, and he's like, what the hell is that? And it disturbed him and his wife so much that he finally reached out to Laura and I, and he explained that he went up in the attic and he was looking at the very spot where he kept hearing this knocking. There's no plumbing there, nothing. It's not like, you know, plumbing, water knocks, nothing like that. There was no plumbing or anything there. He even recreated it with his hand. He knocked on the drywall from the other side, and it sounded exactly like the sound he's been hearing. So, I don't know, he had some kind of leprechaun living in his attic or something, but yeah, this is something that persisted and persisted and persisted, and he begged us for help. He was very frightened. He left some desperate voicemails on our phone, and we finally just kind of calmed him down, and we just kind of said, hey, you know, there are some spirits around here. These beings have been here for a long time, and if you show them respect, they will go away. They're little people. You just talk to it, show respect, it'll stop. And sure enough, it stopped.
I understand that you are big on Bigfoot and the Bigfoot community.
We've had someone contact us in the last 10 years who wanted me to go out with him and no questions asked, shoot, and
he said he had an arsenal.
He had an arsenal ready to go.
To shoot a Sasquatch.
He wanted to hunt Sasquatch?
So
no, that's illegal in Skamania County, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, so he reached out, he called him on the phone, and he wouldn't tell me what he wanted to talk to Bob about it, and I kept on saying, well, can I at least get your name? He says, no, I just need to talk to him, please. I went and I got him from outside. He's working on a project, and yeah, he asked him, no questions asked, wants to be able to go out, he wanted to be able to prove that Sasquatch was real, you know, load him up in the back of the truck and, you know, display him so the whole world, and he said, well, he can't do that.
I said, I'm not going to shoot a Bigfoot. I refuse. I refuse.
No.
I'm not going to shoot a Bigfoot.
Right.
Yeah, he's big around the middle and he's broad across the road, going 90 miles an hour, taking 40-footed jump. Never been caught, ran up a tree. Some folks say he looks a lot like me.
But we get people knocking on our door, looking for information about Bigfoot, and you know, we've had lots of people again contact us word of mouth. And I think it's interesting and it's fun. It's very enjoyable. We love meeting people from all over the place. But yeah, we're a location that is understood as a place for Bigfoot research. We collect stories. We're not scientists, but hey, we collect stories and oral histories. We have them documented. And you could call them folk tales. I wasn't there, you weren't there, but it's a story. It's worth something. You got to write it down.
Now, there are stories of rangers spotting what looks like campfires over on Wizard Island. And they're like, oh, God, we got to go over there and tell those campers they're not allowed to be there. Oh, my God.
We had the Bigfoot Field Research Organization here a few weekends ago. There was a man named Robert Parker. He's a senior researcher. He'd been working with John Green from British Columbia. He started in the late 1960s. He had a sighting on top of Mount Si of Sasquatch. It was him and 4 of his friends, and they were riding dirt bikes, you know, up the old logging road to the top of Mount Si. And they had this encounter, and they saw Bigfoot, or they saw a Sasquatch directly in front of them, and everybody clearly could make out the face and the shoulders and the conical head, and it frightened them. And so from then on, he contacted a few other folks, and he got involved in BFRO. And for 45 years, Robert Parker has been writing down these stories. And if you go to the website, you can look at Maple Valley, for instance, or Enumclaw. You can look up specific locations. They will have them by date, the oldest to the most recent sighting, and as much scientific knowledge as they can provide. And Robert Parker is often the reporter. So he came here and sat in the chair here about 2 weeks ago, and we talked Sasquatch, and we shared some, encounters of our own, and that was very interesting. So.
Hey, and I'm Bob Anton. Go ahead and clap. Yeah!
Tinkham Road is a paranormal string band. So we specialize in Northwest history and true crime and ghosts and UFOs and Bigfoot and anything strange like zebras running loose in North Bend or our pig, Cornelius Cobb. Anything. And logging ballads. I especially like to keep alive the logging traditions, the timber community music and storytelling and poetry. There used to be a lot of poetry, woods genre poetry, that was very prevalent in this area, and a lot of it has been lost, and we keep alive the old Northwest ballads. I'm very proud to be from here, born and raised, and it is a personal, it's a commitment on our part to keep the heritage and history alive, to keep the civic pride, because as new people come in, which I'm okay with, we're okay with that. There's a lot of support from people who have just moved here. The culture starts to fade. It starts to get watered down, and people forget the old names. They forget the elders. They forget the families that built the town. We're here to remind them. We're here to keep the magic alive, the wonder, the mystery, the campfire stories, the tall tales, the loggers, the music. That's what we're here to do. We don't want it to die. We want it to stick around. And it's still here. There's pieces of it that are still here. We make a living off of music education. The paranormal and the storytelling and all of that is our passion. I tell stories because I love to tell stories, and that's what my grandparents did too. So it's very natural for me. My father, my uncles, my aunts, everybody was telling stories. It was before the internet. People weren't on their phones, staring at their phones. We would just tell stories around the campfire or in the living room, just like we are right now. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful, healing thing to do. It's very wonderful. And to get children into it, the next generation, get them away from their screens and get their imagination buzzing.
Visit.
Man,
Fine folks and a cute little pig, Cornelius Cobb. His band is Tinkham Road. He's an amazing woodworker. Yeah. It's just fabulous. They're great people. And we were so happy to have them as our people.
Laura is just his rock.
Yes.
His rock that if it wasn't for Laura, Bob probably would not do what he's doing today.
Go Laura! Oh, then episode 27, that brought us something fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yes, Antoinette Fox.
That's
of
right.
Fantastic Treats and Decor.
What a great lady she is.
She is.
What a wonderful lady.
She's a full-time math teacher.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
She's a full-time math teacher.
And she cooks delicious
decided
cookies.
to start a business called Fantastic Treats and Decor
Cookies.
in honor of her grandfather who had passed away.
Cookies.
They would always bake together, and he would love to say the word
cookies.
Fantastic. We know where producer Marc's mind is at.
Cookies.
Growing up, my grandpa and I baked cookies and brought them to the local coffee shops. He used to go to Golden Steer in Kent all the time, so he would bake and then bring them cookies all the time because he always had the same waiter or waitresses. And he passed away in November of 2020, and how I was grieving was just baking, everything that he baked. And then my husband was like, you either have to find where to bring these or stop, because he was eating too much of them. So obviously it wasn't an option for me to stop, because that was just how I was processing everything, because it was kind of sudden. We weren't expecting it. My grandpa was more of my father figure than my grandpa. So then I started giving it away to neighbors like he did and people I worked with. And then I got my first commission. They were like, no, I'm paying you to do this. And I was like, no, I'll just do it. No, I'm paying you. Everything I make is in honor of him. My business is named after him with my grandma's permission. So he always was enthusiastic, and I can never do it as good as him. But anytime someone asked, how are you doing? He would be like, fantastic, and just over the top all the time. Even if he was having a horrible day, he just always was positive, and then he always told everyone else to have a positive and fantastic day. So that's why it's called Fantastic. My full-time job is actually teaching Intro to Culinary and Material Science in the Issaquah district. And so I decided that I wanted to put my two passions together, the baking and the teaching. And so I started doing teaching classes. When you come, you get everything that I use minus the recipe, because it's my grandpa's, but I always give you like a starting point. So I always tell people, like, if your cookies are spreading too much, how to fix that. And then we typically do 6 designs with 4 bags of icing. And we just go through step by step on how to do it. I show all the tools that I use, and I actually just partnered with Cookie Countess, who I get a lot of my supplies from. So like the food safe markers that I use for fine details, like writing on cookies. I have these now, and they're on my Etsy shop and my website. They're piping bags. So one of the things we talk about in cookie class is you can't just go buy the Wilton bags at Michael's or Walmart to decorate the cookies. I now have these in stock, which is something new. Like, I haven't had it at any of my cookie classes yet. So they'll be able to like buy the cookie bags from me and then be able to decorate at home. And then I got tired of tying bags shut. So I found these bag clips, and they just clip right on the end of the bag, and they keep the icing in. They can also go on this end when you're done decorating, so the icing doesn't flow out. So they're like multi-purpose. So I have those. And then this was more for, I know a lot of other cookie people with me that do the paint your own cookies. A lot of us local people either have to buy and pay for the shipping. So I ordered a bunch of these in bulk, so all the cookiers can just be like, oh man, I ran out last minute. Do you have any? So my 2 main spots for cookie classes right now are Ristretto's and Maple Valley. When we get to do it there, we get the upstairs, we rent it out. And so Ristretto's obviously can sell their food and their drinks, and that's a really fun thing, because then they can have their drinks, they can have little appetizers while we're decorating cookies. And then the other location I have is Not Your Basic Batch here in Enumclaw. So with that one, they have a back part of the store that we get the whole entire little table with. There is no food or drinks there, but also that one's more handicap accessible. So it's different, definitely different locations and different environments, but both are really amazing. If you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would not have said I ran a baking business. But I'm so thankful that my grandpa taught me how to cook and bake. And I'm thankful that I can pass his food on, even if people don't realize it's his, just knowing that his baking is still getting out there today. And I'm just really thankful for all the support that I've gotten from the local community and even like the distance community, the cookie people I've met, just seeing the joy that they bring. Like when I hand off that order, like I just made a custom one and it was picked up yesterday, and the mom got home and sent me this amazing picture of her kids, super happy about the cookies, and it just means a lot that it's bringing joy to someone else.
So check out all of her socials, Fantastic Treats and Decor.
She's awesome.
She's got an Etsy shop. She does all kinds of cookie classes.
She sells these little clickers for the
fidget toys.
Fidget toys for people that are on the spectrum and all that
or
stuff.
Or just like to fidget.
Or just, yeah, right? I mean, I fidget all the time. I'm over here doing this, I'm doing that. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So
check out Fantastic Treats and Decor.
Yes,
again, one of our favorite people of the PNW.
Yep. Who's next?
Ooh, episode 28. We were so proud to tell the story of Supersonics legend Lenny Wilkins, being the first ever to have a statue unveiled outside of Climate Pledge Arena. And then sadly, a few months after, on November 9th, he passed away.
Yeah.
But he is a Hall of Fame basketball player and coach. He was 88 years old. He lived an incredible life.
He did.
And he led the Seattle Supersonics to their only championship.
Yes.
He's
and
known as
bring
the
him
Godfather.
back. Bring him back.
We
Let's
need
bring
our
him
team
back. Bring him back. Come on, bring him back.
Wilkins is known as the Godfather of Seattle basketball. He played for 15 seasons, and his 1,332 wins as a head coach ranked him third all time.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Seattle honors Sonics basketball legend Lenny Wilkins with a statue at Climate Pledge Arena.
Nice. He's well deserved.
A statue honoring basketball legend, coach, and philanthropist Lenny Wilkins was unveiled at Climate Pledge Arena. The statue, located on the west side of the plaza, depicts Wilkins during his playing days and was crafted by renowned artist Lou Sella, known for his work on the statues of Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez at T-Mobile Park.
Yeah, we love the Griffey statue and the Edgar statue, and I saw the pictures of Lenny Wilkins, and it was great. What a great picture. What a great statue of it.
Yeah. Wilkins, a celebrated point guard, honed his skills on the courts of Brooklyn before attending Providence College, where he was a two-time All-American. Drafted into the NBA in 1960, he was traded to the Seattle Supersonics in 1968, embarking on a storied career as a player, coach, head coach, and executive. He led the Sonics to the 1979 NBA championships, marking Seattle's first major professional sports title.
And only for the Sonics.
Okay. Lenny has been inducted 3 times into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, first in 1989 as a player, as a coach in 1998, and in 2010 as part of the 1992 United States Olympic Dream Team, for which he was an assistant coach. In 1986, Wilkins was named to the NBA 50th anniversary team, and in 2021, he was named to the NBA 75th anniversary team. In addition, in 2022, he was also named to the list of the 15 greatest coaches in the NBA history, being the only person to be in both NBA's 75th season celebrates list as a player and as a coach. He is also a 2006 inductee into the College Basketball Hall of Fame.
Seattle was lucky to have him around and for so long.
And he stayed here.
Yeah.
Even after he wasn't part of it, he was still part of it, which is the best.
Yeah, it's great.
We had episode 29, and that featured our wonderful, wonderful friend and amazing person all around, Sheridan of Kingston's Kennels.
The studio dog loves Sheridan. We love Sheridan. Thank you, Sheridan, for being, again, part of our podcast, part of our lives, basically.
Yes.
You have turned the studio dog into a puppy again, even though she's 11.
11 years old.
Geriatric.
And they call her geriatric. Yes. But at Kingston Kennels, they treat every dog like family. You'll definitely want to book an appointment.
Yeah.
She is just a little ball of knowledge for all kinds of animals and their care and what they need. She's the animal whisperer. Our people of the PNW is Sheridan, owner of Kingston's Kennels, a home-based dog grooming salon dedicated to providing a stress-free and personalized experience for your furry friends. Located in a calm and comfortable environment, they focus on gentle handling, quality care, and one-on-one attention to ensure your pet feels safe and loved throughout their entire grooming session.
It's awesome. We love Sheridan. We love Kingston Kennels. They have shown us exactly what we can do and exactly how much studio dog feels when she gets out of there. It is like she is a puppy.
Yeah.
She's a puppy.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Luna, the studio dog, gives Kingston Kennels her paw print of a poodle. And Sheridan is an amazing woman with so much information, so much knowledge, and you could do a whole documentary on what
Just
this
on
woman
Sheridan,
has done with her life through animals and caring. It's just amazing. So congratulations, Sheridan, owner of Kingston Kennels. You are our people of the PNW.
Yeah, and if we could do a documentary on her, it would definitely be something, I even think National Geographic would pick up because she started
Animal Planet, all of it.
All of that, Animal Planet, yeah, because she's just just a powerhouse when it comes to animals, and it doesn't really matter what kind of animal.
No, from miniature donkeys to pigs to dogs to it's just she's incredible.
Yeah. Goat.
I think she said when she was a child she had like 300 head of goat or something.
How can you have 300? How can you have 300 head of goat?
Well, that's Sheridan. That's why she's amazing. Yeah. And she provides quality care, gentle handling, and one-on-one attention to your pets. So please check out Kingston's Kennels.
Yes.
Okay. We have our buddies in episode 30, and they are the Brinnon Fire Department.
Nice.
For over 60 years, their department has provided fire, rescue, and emergency medical and other public safety services to the Brinnon, Washington area. Yep. And thankfully, they operate 24/7 and are the 911 responder for the area. Their social media is wonderful. Not only do they talk about what's going on, public safety issues, whatnot, but they also share lighthearted, good things. Feel-good moments, and that's how we kind of got to know them better and better by just following their social media. And again, that Brinnon area is very special all in its own right.
It is.
And so it's wonderful. That's why we chose the Brinnon Fire Department.
It's a beautiful
as
area.
Our people in PNW. Yes. Not your everyday fire line assignment. The Brinnon Fire Crew, currently assigned to the Lower Sugarloaf Fire as part of the Puget Sound Region Type 3 Strike Team, had a truly unique experience. Ooh. While staged near a wedding venue to keep the area safe, the bride and groom invited their team over to join them for a photo on their big day. It's not every day that a wildland deployment includes a wedding photo, and the firefighters were honored to share a quick smile with the happy couple before heading back to work. Also pictured in that photo, which producer Marc will so graciously put on the screen, thank you kindly, was posted to social media. There was also the West Thurston Fire Crew, the Chehalis Fire Department, and Lewis County Fire.
I know. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area, and they're just lucky to have the Brinnon Fire Department there so that they can fight the fires like the one that they had this last summer. And it's
and they call them all over the state. They get deployed all over.
Yeah, it's not just them obviously that's fighting these fires, but they're right there, and they're with the community, and they're talking to the community. They're keeping them informed. They're doing all that stuff, and that's the most important thing that a department can do is keep everybody informed, because the one thing you don't want to do is just say, well, I don't know what's going on, or nothing. Or nothing.
Right.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
You say nothing.
Keep the people informed.
That's right. Yeah.
And we wrapped up our tremendously amazing, awesome podcast
Some of my good friends.
Yeah, episode 31. We have a little fun place we like to go to over in Central Washington and meet up with our friends, and that place is
Bron Brewing.
It all started in Natchez, Washington, when the Hattans saw an old fruit stand on Highway 12 for sale. They decided to buy it and began building the brewery.
That's right.
They opened the brewery in January of 2016 after leaving their previous careers to run the family business, which was named after the Welsh cottage associated with what band?
Led Zeppelin.
The entire family, including their children, all quit their jobs to help with the business. The brewery is a true family-run operation.
Yes.
The name Bron, meaning Hill of Gold in Welsh, was chosen because of the family's love for
Led Zeppelin.
They chose the name despite its difficult pronunciation. I wasn't quite sure what to make of it when I first saw it, because there's missing letters in the Y and the R and Bron, but again, being a Welsh thing, I didn't know the song. I don't know much about Led Zeppelin.
Well, it's called Bron Stomp, which is a kind of it's like I don't even know what Welsh is, but I guess it would be a Welsh kind of dunk 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 dunk. So it's a great song. I mean, obviously it's a
great brewery.
And it's a great brewery, and they have great food, and the people there are great. And Zach, the head brewer, who is Mike's son, is a veteran, and so we thank him. And no, I grew up.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I grew up with these people. They grew up on the same street, and then I watched him I watched Mike kind of make his own brew at home, and everybody was just like, you should do this, you should do this. And obviously they were both from, his wife, Annette, is from Natchez, and they grew up in Natchez, went to Natchez High School, went to, all this stuff. So, yeah, what a great place, though, for kids, for families, I know when you say for kids at a brewery, it doesn't sound right? But it really is.
Yeah, because they have a lot of space, outdoor play area. Yeah. They've got the restaurant. They've got the lounge bar area. Brewery, so it's all, there's spots where you clearly can tell kids aren't welcome at by law, not because they don't like them. No. And but they have all the wildlife. The setting is just breathtaking.
Yeah, you're right. Mount Clemens is like right there, and I know. You think of Mount Rainier. When you think of Washington, you think of Mount Rainier or Mount St. Helens or whatever. But Mount Clemens is a great big. It's one of the rolling hills out there in Natchez. That's just everybody knows when you see it. It's Mount Clemens.
That's awesome. Yeah. And they also host lots of events, little pop-up markets, everything.
Yep.
Again, very family-oriented, pet-friendly.
Yeah.
It is just the wildlife that strolls through that they post photos of is just off the charts. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, definitely go check their website, check everything. And it's just if you live over here on the west side, in the spring and in the summer, you just kind of jaunt right over 410 and boom, you're there, and you're there in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
The food, the pizza, the portions are generous. Everything is fresh and wonderful. A variety, great variety. So yeah, Bron, you are. That's why the Hattan family is our people of the PNW. Yes, it is just a family business, and you can tell because they know their customers. They love the tourists. It's wonderful, and we have a great time whenever we're over in that part of the state and stop in.
Yeah, stop in, have some pizza, talk to Trevor.
Buy some of their cool merch. They have a cool little merch area up front. Yep. It's really it's great. We cannot recommend it enough.
Get Crowlers to go. Beaver Deceiver. I'm telling you, Beaver Deceiver. Best beer out there.
And that is why we chose the Hattan family for our people of the PNW. Yes, thank you so much. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, woohoo! Well, thank you everybody for being on our podcast this year. We appreciate everyone that has come on, that we featured, and our community. I mean, we couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah, that's true. And everything we do is from the heart, and if we see good, do good. We love it. We absolutely love it. And that's why we love to focus on the goodness, because there's enough bad out there. We don't need negativity. No. We want a happy, positive 2025 rewind recap from the Babble Buddies podcast.
That's right. And here's to what?
2026.